the church, faith. If you're on that side, then I consider you to be basically an ally. And we could disagree vehemently on a lot of other issues. We could disagree on. There could be a lot of disagreement if we agree that, okay, we need to preserve as conservatives. What are we conserving? Well, to me, it's easy. We're conserving Western civilization. We're conserving American identity. We're conserving the sanctity of human life. We're conserving the family. We're conserving marriage. That's what we're conserving. And if you agree with me on that, then we're on the same side as far as.
This is so important. From Matt Walsh, we are conserving. That is what we do as conservatives. We conserve society, and we're going to work together. Are we on the same team, or are we not? There's been so much infighting on the right side of politics. And this is what Matt Walsh is speaking directly to in this clip that we're going to dive into here. That was just a small snippet. We have to unite, otherwise we're going to get screwed. In a lot of ways, I don't even mind it. I've spoke on that. But if we want to see real change as conservatives, as those who want to conserve Western civilization, this Christian culture that we are, we have to work together. It is incredibly important. It is not controversial. And Matt is speaking about that to Tucker in this clip. I love this clip. It's incredibly informative and insightful from Matt. You're going to want to stick around for it. I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing, and I bring you these clips every single day. So make sure you hit the buttons, like, follow, subscribe, notifications, all of it, so that you can follow along with us to figure out what is happening in the world. What can we do as conservatives on the right wing to unite and to work together to institute this Christian nation and to conserve this Christian nation as what it needs to be. Make sure you hit the buttons. I appreciate you being here. And let's just dive into the rest of this clip.
We beat them on it. You know, it's a thing. When we as conservatives can actually put all this bullshit to the side and focus on something, we can win. And we beat it's not totally dead, but the trans agenda is on life support, and we defeated it. We took it down. We beat it. We can do that. And it's a good thing that we did, because that was and is wicked and evil, and it's hurting people and killing people.
Couldn't agree more.
But they also, they reject the reality of human life. The fact that human life has inherent worth and dignity from the moment of its existence, from the moment of its conception. That your life is not, the value of your life is not contingent. Like that's another fundamental aspect of leftism. They believe that human life, the value of human life, is contingent. It's contingent for babies on whether or not their mother wants them. It's contingent on how much of an inconvenience they cause to their parents. And if it turns out that their mom doesn't want them and their parents find them inconvenient, then their life has no value. Their life is less than garbage and can be killed and thrown into a dumpster. And that's what is still happening in this country.
This is one of the non-negotiables. That's what Matt is saying. This is a non-negotiable to being on our team. You have to value human life. I do not stand with abortion. Neither does Matt. There is no excuse for it. Zero. There's no argument that justifies it. Nothing. It is murder. We value human life. Truly. That is what he's saying. If you want to be on this side, here's one of the contingencies. You have to value human life. You cannot stand with abortion. It is evil. It is demonic. It is murder. It is child sacrifice. So no, you cannot stand on the side of abortion and on the side of conservatism. We don't want you. Change your belief system and come on. But this is one of the number one things that we stand with. As Christians and as conservatives, I will not ever, ever support an abortion. There's no justification for it. Let's just keep watching this clip.
You know, every single day, that's still happening. Hundreds of thousands every year, hundreds of thousands of human children are poisoned, stabbed in the heart with poison needles, dismembered, decapitated, and thrown into medical waste dumpsters. They don't even get a burial because they are treated as less than...
Or recycled into vaccines.
Yes. They are treated as having less value than a dog. They have less value than an animal. I mean, there are animals who are from conception federally protected, like sea turtles and bald eagles. And human children have less protection than that. So, and I know you know all this. I'm preaching to the choir. My point
but
is
I
that...
love it. It can't be said too much.
Right. My point is that, so that's happening. That is, to me, that's the enemy. That is what we're opposing. And if you're in favor of that, if you're among the forces that are pushing this, the destruction of the family, the destruction of human life in the womb, the rejection of reality, of objective truth, of American identity, of Western civilization, if you're pushing that, then you're my enemy.
This is important. You know me, I'm big on the JQ, on the question of support for Israel and things like that. I push hard against Israel. But I'm not ever going to side with leftists because I cannot get on board with these beliefs. I cannot get on board with this idea that somehow human life doesn't matter. You're the enemy if you believe that. Yeah, we can talk about the JQ on the right side of politics, but I will not side with the left. There are more important things to me as a Christian. Now, don't get me wrong. That is very high up on my list, and I will debate hard on it with anybody. Christian, atheist, Catholic, it doesn't matter. But human life and standing with human life, that's probably number one for me. I will not stand with abortion. That's what he's saying. You are the enemy if you stand with this.
You are my enemy, and I want to destroy your ideology. I want to destroy everything you stand for. That's what I want to do. And if you're against them, and that is to say you stand for American identity and for the sanctity of human life and the family and objective truth and reality, the church, faith. If you're on that side, then I consider you to be basically an ally, and we could disagree vehemently on a lot of other issues. There could be a lot of disagreement if we agree that, okay, we need to preserve as conservatives. What are we conserving? Well, to me, it's easy. We're conserving Western civilization. We're conserving American identity. We're conserving the sanctity of human life. We're conserving the family. We're conserving marriage. That's what we're conserving. And if you agree with me on that, then we're on the same side as far as I'm concerned. Now, we might have a lot of disagreements about how to conserve those things.
Exactly.
And those disagreements might be even brutal and bitter at times. But if that is the argument, then we're all on the same side arguing. If we're arguing about whether those things should be conserved, well, then if you're on the other side of that argument, then we're not on the same side at all. We're in two different universes. Like, I don't even know what universe you're living in. And the divide, I think, ideologically in this country is so vast and so deep and so unbridgeable that that we may as well be living in different universes. We may as well be aliens from different galaxies trying to live on a planet together, and it's just not working out. That's what it feels like. And so for me, that's where the fight is. That's where I want.
That's where the fight is. The fight, yeah, there is infighting on the right. Matt's calling for unification. He's been calling for that for weeks. I'm with him, but I need him to understand our argument. This is important. And if we want to preserve America, you know, the JQ, the IQ, I guess you could call it, within a certain nation, is incredibly important also. So yes, there is a big issues like abortion. That is a major thing we have to agree on first. The preservation of human life. There are even other things such as homosexuality and things I believe we need to agree on as we push this Christian Western civilization forward as we were founded. But I need Matt to come on our side a little bit too. We are correct here. He's got to understand that. His boss may not believe it, but he's got to understand it. Ultimately, that's what has to happen. So yes, like he said, it's different universes. Left and right are different universes. No, it's hard to work together, honestly, because it is a different universe. We have to agree on the fundamental things, the big things. And then we can kind of have these debates in the middle that may be brutal, that may, get some real knocking going on, some real fighting. But we'll sort that out as we go. But let's unify against the true evils and against the big things. I am a big fan of this. I just hope they come on our side when it comes to Israel. But I'm Jared Wright. This is The Right Wing. Hit all the buttons down below. Keep following along as I bring you this content every single day because you deserve to hear it. You deserve to know it. You deserve to dive into it with me. I hope you have a great day.